Yeah, I know you said that on the phone to me. I was just checking the post now with it. Okay. No, it sounds great.
Where you are, mate, because it's actually
my final notes are just in there, just so it doesn't go away.
Try to stay in the same spot. Maybe. Yeah. We good for checking. 10 minutes. They have 10 minutes.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Excellent work.
absolute garbage. Well,
welcome to McKellar Park. It's Federation Cup final day here in the national capital, and we're about 15 minutes away from kick-off as Belconnen United look for a three-peat in the women's competition up against Canberra, Croatia. My name's Russ Gibbs. Standing right alongside me is the King of the North, Ian Worthington. Ian, thanks for joining us once again on, well, it's a grey day, but it's cup final day.
It's cup final day, so we really don't concern ourselves with the weather. It's a beautiful day as far as I'm concerned. The sky's grey, a bit of rain in the air, and might make the surface nice and slick as well.
We've had a bit of rain here this morning already. We had a couple of showers that have come through that has slickened up the surface, as Ian suggests. We are expecting perhaps one or two showers throughout the day as well as we lead into the kick-off of this one. And then, of course, this afternoon, 3:30, Canberra Croatia versus Queanbeyan City in the Australian Cup qualifying final. Round of 32 place up for grabs then, and that's going to be an epic occasion as well.
Yeah, looking forward to that one afterwards. But, of course, we're here for the Women's Fed Cup final, which is going to be a belter, I think. I'm really looking forward to this one, and they're two very, very strong teams.
We were there at Kaleen Enclosed earlier in the year when Belconnen United beat Canberra Croatia by 4-3. Belconnen led 2-0 early on, and they looked like they were going to walk away with the contest. But there was that spell 15 minutes before half-time. Croatia scored 3 times to lead. In the end, Belconnen came back and won 4-3. Are we expecting something of that ilk today? Do you think it's going to be a classic like that?
Well, we were both fortunate, and I was very fortunate to join you on that afternoon out there. And it was a topsy-turvy. It swung both ways, didn't it? And yeah, it just showed the quality and the resilience of Canberra Croatia to fight themselves back into it, but then also the high quality that Belconnen United had to make the changes, actually. It was the substitutions that Scott Conlon made that really turned the game around for Belconnen United.
11 games this season for the Blue Devils, 67 goals they've already scored. Canberra Croatia need to do something different to slow this down. The rate of goals that they've been scoring at has been absolutely mind-boggling. They played Canberra Olympic last week and beat them by 5-0. They were absolutely brilliant, the Blue Devils. Tactically, Canberra Croatia, looking by what we've been given this afternoon, look like they've gone to a 3 at the back with 4 in midfield, then a 1 and a 2. We believe that might be... Do you think there's a reasoning behind that? Is that something that Nick and Musi Alonga have looked at and gone, well, we need to counter this. We need to stop this goal threat?
Well, there's no doubt that they've looked at and analysed how Belconnen United play. Their threat across the front, the threat behind, the shape that they have, undoubtedly brilliant this year. And that's something they've been building for a couple of years. Of course, as a coach, you then look at how they're going to play. Muzzie's got to concentrate on how his own team play, but the suggested setup would mean that he has changed how they're going to play today to combat Belconnen United.
Hannah Burke comes in at centre of that back 3 as well. She's only played 2 league games, 1 off the bench as well this year. Hasn't played in the Cup as yet. Has a dispensation because she's been injured. But it's a big ask for her to come into this team. Given the experience she's got, though, young Matilda, formerly the Newcastle Jets in the W League, she's got a bit of quality about her as well. But this is some stage for her to have to come in and make a difference.
Yeah. Well, you've just described her quality, so undoubtedly I think she will make a difference there by enhancing the team that Canberra Croatia have. And let's not neglect the quality that they already have around Hannah Burke that's already played most of the games this season. And, yeah, star-studded for the Canberra region, no doubt.
And as I mentioned, that rain has come through. You might be able to see it in the background. It's very fine, but it is coming down behind us on the field today, which is going to make it a little bit more slick for the players. Uncomfortable maybe for those on the bench. The umbrellas will be going out to try and keep them dry as well. But it's all part of the game, isn't it? I mean, it's all part of the psyche of Cup Final Day. You've been involved in and around these kind of occasions as a player and as a coach, Ian. What's going through the minds of the players in those 2 change rooms right now?
Oh, it's got to be excitement first and foremost. Otherwise, why are you doing it? The first thing you're thinking about is that you're going to go and play in something special. That's what you work hard for in the games before. That's what you do your training for. It's to play on occasions and in occasions like there is today. And of course, then comes the nerves. Then comes the thought of how you're going to play yourself, and that should all come with the preparation that you give before going into these games. But you're going in it to give everything that you've got. You're going in it because it's a final. You're going in it to win. You're going in it, and that's the end, isn't it? You're going to win these games and be as competitive and combative as you can.
we're going to mention the teams in a moment as they come out behind us. They're due to come out in a minute. We will fade away from your screens and you'll be able to see the people that are supposed to be in front of the camera for you this afternoon, not just myself and Ian's wonderful faces.
Usually we're behind the camera, fortunately for everyone, but we thought we'd have to say hello to everybody today.
What I want to say before they do come out, Ian, we mentioned the goals that Belconnen we've scored. We mentioned the game earlier in the season. Realistically, though, what does it matter on a day like today?
Well, it's a cup final. It matters because you're concerned about the form of the other team. You are conscious of how the other team are playing and how they're going to set up. But you must overcome that with the mindset of your own individually, the mindset of how your coach is asking you to set up, and thinking about yourself on these occasions is what comes first.
Is it an advantage for Belconnen United that they've won this for the last 2 years? This is their fourth final in succession. As I mentioned, 2 in a row. They lost one previously. The only final they've not been in the last couple of years was the one that Canberra Croatia won themselves. Is it an advantage for this young group to have been here and done it? No, not really. Not when you look at what's in Canberra Croatia's team with the likes of Michaela Thornton, and you've got girls who've played in the W League, and you've got girls who've played 50 to 100 games. You know, Canberra Croatia are an experienced, highly qualified, highly quality team. And no, what happened last year makes no difference whatsoever, in my opinion. So it'll be interesting to see. We will go through the lineups in a moment. We're waiting for them to come out below us. I can see that there's some people lined up in the tunnel. We're going to fade away and have a seat down for ourselves. And we'll go through today's lineups for you as well so that you can enjoy this cup final. And Michael on the camera can show you just exactly what the conditions are doing as we take our seats. And Ian, it has been like a miserable day in some respect. It's been grey, it's been overcast. The trophy's getting a bit of a soaking behind us as well. Let's have a look at these two teams then. Canberra, Croatia. They start with Ellie Summers in goal. 3 at the back, Luella Coleman, Hannah Burke and Tiana Boots are tasked with the defensive work. Then a line of 4, Eliza J. Norris on the right, Riley McQueenie on the left, Michaela Thornton and Jamie Berkeley in the middle. Isabella Barrach will roam as a 10 behind the front 2, which is full of goals. Ellie Raymond and Brittany Palombi, 2 very experienced players. On the bench, Amy Bongiorno, Arusha Chu, Angelina Babic, Sophia Mercurius, Nadia Zachman and the goalkeeper, Megan Snell. Are you surprised about the lineup, Ian, in terms of the formation?
I'm not really surprised with the personnel as such. The formation, well, it's a change. So that does surprise me a bit when you've not particularly played this all season and you're going to do that for a cup final. That's a risk. Risks sometimes pay off.
And it's a big ask for young Tiana Boots on that left-hand side. She's been playing left-back for most of the season. Now she's left side of a central defensive 3. Doesn't seem a lot when you say it that way because it's still left side, but is a different role.
Yeah, and just as the teams enter the field now, it's a slight shift inside. She's capable of playing left-back or left of a back 3, but she's been solid and consistently playing well in the last month. She's now nailed that spot down. She's owning that spot, and they've moved her in slightly. And, that's what Belconnen United might look to expose, those wide areas, if Tiana and on the right-hand side, if they don't get the recovery runs from the midfield and the players ahead of them.
Let's have a look at Belconnen United then. They unsurprisingly picked the exact same 11 that trounced Canberra Olympic last week at O'Connor Enclosed. Matilda Laurel Ty continues in goal. The back four sees Bronte Pike on the right, Lisa Carey preferred to club captain Lauren Preston on the left, Eilish McDonough and Maddie Steinack are the central defenders. Annika Corrie and Isabella Highmarsh will pull the strings in midfield alongside the hard-working Alex Martins. Up top, Alina Roberts with 3 goals this season, one side. Kira Bobbin, top scorer with 11 on the other. Alyssa DeCampley, 8 goals to her name, last year's Golden Boot down the middle. On the bench, Pearl Teen, who scored in the last 3 cup finals rather. Steffi Legends, Lauren Preston, Liliana Altamore, who has 6 goals to her name from only 1 start and 7 substitute appearances in the league this season. Madison Sawkins and Claire Joseph. It is a side which I mentioned last week, Ian, outside of the goalkeeper, Matilda Laura Ty, and Steffi Legends on the bench, every single player has scored a goal.
And with this win, you never know whether the goalkeeper might have a pop as well as the rain comes in. But what I focus on there, Russ, is that not only 1 to 11, but all the way through this squad, you could put any of them in that starting lineup today and feel comfortable. The substitutions, as mentioned, Scott Conlon brought off the bench, have been fantastic and actually game changers.
I wonder if they'll turn the lights on as it's getting a bit gloomy here at McKellar Park. We will see. The referee today is Aisha Struts down the middle. Cameron Wallace and Benjamin Cracknell are the assistants. Hyunwoo John is the fourth official in front of us. That rain and wind is going to be an absolute pain for most of the afternoon. It's brought with it some wintry conditions. They reckon there may have been a bit of snow over this weekend and the June holiday, King's birthday weekend. We will see whether that comes, but you rugged up warm, Ian?
Not bad. Got my new coat on, so we'll give it a try, see if it works. And well, we're a bit warmer than those girls are currently looking out there, but I'm sure once the game started and the adrenaline that's running through their bodies, and yeah, that's soon going to be forgotten.
This cup has been swathed in blue for over a decade, a trophy that's as synonymous with Belconnen United as their Blue Devils nickname. But there's been glimpses of red in that time span, and Canberra Croatia are out to make sure that crimson is the colour that will be celebrating come the shrill blast of the full-time whistle. Blue or red? Who will it be? We will find out over the next 90 minutes, plus potentially extra time, plus penalties should we need to go that far. Canberra Croatia yet to concede a goal in this cup run. Teams have met 30 times in the league, or in all competitions rather. Belconnen have won 19, Croatia won 8. The other 3 have ended in a draw. In those 30 games, there have been 91 goals scored. Belconnen have scored 56. Croatia have scored 35. At this venue, there have been 9 matches played. Belconnen have won 4, Croatia 3. 2 matches have ended in a stalemate. Which will come out on top today? Hannah Burke with the first ball forward. We're told beforehand she can switch it off either foot in from that central defensive role, and you can see it is 3 across the back for Canberra Croatia.
It's quite clearly a 3 with Hannah Burke in the middle of them as expected. The first thing you did is mention she hits a diag with the left foot, and don't be surprised whether she can do that with her right as well.
Lisa Carey with the throw. Slippery ball. Came out of the hand a little bit wrong, but got away with that one. Bobbin. Alex Martins happy to go back to McDonough. We know that Belconnen United are comfortable on the ball. What is noticeable is a bandage around the leg of right thigh of Annika Corrie and around the left thigh of Bronte Pike, who's got the first break forward and sends it into the penalty area, and it's spilt by the goalie. De Campli's there. Second bite of the cherry might come out for Corrie, who has a pop herself. Second chance for Corrie as well. Dips one goalwards, and a bright start for the Blue Devils and a decent save from Ellie Summers.
Well, we spoke about how Belconnen are going to play against the Canberra Croatia formation just before kick-off. And straight away, it's Pike getting beyond the back line of Canberra Croatia into those spacing wide areas, a quality delivery. And actually, Alyssa De Campli's should have probably scored.
Didn't get enough of it, did she? And Summers makes the stop. Out on the gloom on that far side. Ellie Raymond can't get hold of it. Michaela Thornton stabbed forward by Berkeley. McQueenie helps it on its way in a first run for Palombi. Door shut very quickly by McDonough. McQueenie. This will be a great battle down this side between McQueenie and Pike.
Spoke with Riley McQueenie last night. To say she's up for this game is an understatement. She was like a caged tiger when we're speaking to her, and one thing she can bring, as much as many of her strong attributes, is that aggression, and she'll certainly be up for the competitive side of the game with Bronte Pike.
2 goals in the league this season for Riley McQueenie. Here's Martins. We'll slide that one through for De Campi. The rain getting heavier. We promised a shower. This is more than a shower. As it skews across the ground. Pike's throw. Comes out for Roberts to deliver into the penalty area. No one in a blue shirt there, though, and Ellie Raymond can cover for the home side, playing at an away venue. McKellar Park, the home of the Blue Devils. Canberra Croatia are the home side today by dint of the draw. Does that make a difference, the fact that it's McKellar Park? Ian, does it make a difference to either team?
Not really, not at this stage. I think they would have been happy to play at Deakin or at McKellar Park in a final. Both venues are great for this occasion. As we look around us, the ground is slowly filling up. You can't really see too much down this near side in this fantastic stand that's here at McKellar Park. But, yeah, refreshing in some senses to come and be this side with you, Russ, rather than over the other side from the crowd. Something different.
McDonough allowed to pick her pass. Lisa Carey was the target. It's going to break for Kira Bobbin, who slides one through. Flag's gone up here. This won't count for Alyssa de Campley. Touch was rather heavy, but might have put it away anyway, Ian.
I think she probably would have the quality that she has when she gets beyond the back line. You know, she glides, she goes around keepers, and she can finish with either foot.
These teams have played 9 matches in finals and cup competitions in the NPL era. Belconnen had won 6, Croatia 2. One match ended with draw, which went to penalties.
Scott Conlon just having more issues off the pitch with his umbrella than any sign of his players on it at the moment.
Well, they've started confidently, haven't they, Belconnen, as you would expect.
That's a high line. That's a very high line.
And Pike's put one through for Bobbin, who's onside. It's Kira Bobbin for Belconnen, and she struck the bar. Second chance, perhaps, for the forwards. Martins. Corrie cuts inside and gets a shot away, and that's a smart save from Summers. But a warning sign for Canberra Croatia. Ian, you mentioned the high line, and it was broken straight away. And Kira Bobbin got in. And, well, the finish wasn't bad, was it?
Well, she's tried to just go over Summers, hasn't she, with that left foot strike, rather than slide it down the side. But it was all about the run and the timing of the run that got Belconnen United in. And unfortunate not to score.
Carey, they've started on the front foot, Belconnen, taking the game to the opposition as they often do, and Carey won't get on the end of that return ball from de Campley. Lucialongo stood at the edge of his technical area under the Canberra United umbrella to our left.
Yeah, Bunnings have done a decent trade with the umbrellas that are in front of us on both benches.
Bit of free advertising. Roberts. Everything is coming their way at the moment. Bobbin, de Campley skews it wide of the target, but it's all left to right in these early stages.
Yeah, Alyssa de Campley probably had a little bit more time to let that come across her body and take a touch. But her time will come, and she will certainly get plenty of chances in this game.
How's the temperature up here? Dropped a few degrees.
It'd be all right if they finished that wall behind us rather than made it a gangway. It'd stop the wind coming through, but it's coming through behind us. And
McQueenie gets a turn and a first chance to stretch her legs. Palombi wearing the captain's armbands.
Oh, the switch is on, Britt Palombi. Got loads and loads of space on that right-hand side. Belconnen United have been dragged right across. It might come across. It might work out anyway.
It's got there after a fashion. So Ellie Raymond's taken off her toes by Carey.
Ellie Raymond asks for the ball so early then, and it was a great shout, and Palombi just couldn't get it out of her feet to switch play.
Half the floodlights have come on, all the training lights, just to alleviate the gloom a little. Palombi. Balac, first time we've really seen Canberra Croatia get into the Belconnen United final third. Now they might be caught in the break, but rolls away from Kira Bobbin. Crowd building up rather nicely. Canberra Croatia fans to our left, Belconnen to our right as we look at it. Stand to our right will be populated by Queanbeyan City later on. I'm sure they'll be here in their numbers. The supporters bus leaving High Street to bring the underdogs to the venue.
Be a decent atmosphere at that one, I would expect, later on, and probably not just fans in the stand with us. It'll probably spill out into other areas of the stadium as well.
Thornton driving forward. McQueenie goes early with a throw. Steinacker wins it back for Belconnen. We mentioned that later on, Ian. It's got a place in the round of 32 up for grabs, and every time we have a Women's Cup final, every single season, we look at it and go, wouldn't it be great if there was a women's version for the winners of this to go into? I know it's hard with the A-League's competition and half the players playing for club sides anyway, but I'm sure they could come up with some sort of solution.
Yeah, there'd be regulations with that they could try to overcome.
Campley. You could start without the A-League clubs in it, couldn't you, really? And just play with the local MPL clubs.
Yeah, and bring them in later. But it's just more about putting these players on the national stage. We're very fortunate in this town that we do have a women's Canberra United team rather than the men and the boys unfortunately don't have. So there's this aspirations in the town, but putting them on the national stage, of course, would mean so much more to so many of these players here.
Balach finds Palombi, gets it back again. McQueenie wanted it. It's going to come to this near side of Berkeley instead. Jamie Berkeley
just wants Riley McQueenie a bit wider as she receives the ball to come out. Certainly in a 3-5, well, a 3 at the back formation, getting its higher players in midfield wide is very much the key.
On paper, a 3-4-1-2. Balach given plenty of room to manoeuvre in that free roll. Tiana Boots with the throw-in then for Croatia. McDonough wins the header, and that the second bite will send it back from whence it came.
It's a good idea from Tiana Boots to throw it in there, put them under pressure. Went to dinner with the Boots family before the Matildas game the other night into Grilled, and on the menu at the front was my favourite nugget, which I passed that menu to Tiana Boots and she found it hilarious. So apparently she's my favourite nugget.
Apparently, oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I wonder where that was going.
Yeah.
It's a big ask for her today. We can see in defence, though, just out of your picture, you'll be able to see it shortly, that EJ Norris has dropped back to make it a 4 when they're defending, which they've done an awful lot of in the opening 10 minutes of this contest. As yet, no goals. The Women's Federation Cup final. All the crowd deciding to sit in the main grandstands, take advantage of the cover here. Unsurprising.
I feel a bit sorry for whoever's over the other side under the Canberra United marquee. Stood there by themselves.
That is Sam Watson, who's doing some stuff for us at Capital Football today in terms of social media. So he's reneged his responsibilities to stay dry.
It's very sensible. He's put a marquee above his head because he's got the wind, the wind and rain coming against him there, sadly.
Well, the wind might favour Britt Palombi behind this free kick, and she is lining one up with that lethal left foot that we've seen so often. Dips it at goal, and Laurel Ty. That's a good stop in these conditions, not only to catch it, but to keep hold of it.
What a clean strike by Britt Palombi as well. A very, very strong strike, and keeper gets to her left, and just, yeah, safe hands.
And just a little announcement to the Blue Devils that Canberra Croatia are here as an attacking threat. Haven't seen much of it in the first dozen minutes, but they have got some goals amongst their team. We mentioned Britt Palombi, 202 MPL appearances, 105 goals to her name. Steinacher away.
Been one of the best in the competition for many years, hasn't she? And prolific in front of goal, and a real threat for Canberra Croatia today.
Bobbin. Been in rare form this year as well, Kira Bobbin. 11 goals in 8 games. She's got 71 in 101 MPL matches. That's not a bad return either. Could have had one here. It's hit the crossbar. That's calm from Burke.
That's brilliant awareness from Burke. What's around her to play out there. Good forward pass from Tiana Boots.
Here's McQueenie, Berkeley. Under pressure from Corrie and Pike. Burke slides in to win.
Good tackle from Burke. She might have lost a shin pad, but...
There's Coleman playing it forwards. Stabbed away by Hindmarsh. Picked up by Raymond. That's a loose one for Corrie. Rather sliced that through ball, otherwise De Campley might have been away again. You mentioned the high line, Ian. Would you be concerned if you were Canberra Croatia at the moment by how high it actually is?
It's like it's been coached, isn't it? Or been told. Muzzy's certainly got the plan to do it. It looks so conscious. On this surface, giving that space behind to the speed that Belconnen United have, well, yeah, I'd be concerned. But, you know, you've got to back what you do early in the game. We're only 13 minutes in. You know, Canberra Croatia are in the game, and, yeah, it's...
Well, Martins wanted a foul, didn't get one. Blue Devils have it back anyway. Hindmarsh and Carey exchanging passes Lisa Carey couldn't quite keep that in. Offers quite a bit down that flank, Lisa Carey. Scored a goal in the cup win over Canberra Olympic. Got the match winner in extra time. After they came from 2-0 down in that game, their cup run was rescued by that late Pearl team brace, wasn't it? Over at the AIS. It looked for all the money like it would have been Canberra Olympic lining up here today against Croatia.
Just as that game unfolded, Belconnen got stronger and stronger. Again, we spoke about changes that were made, substitutions that were made in games this season from Scott Conlon, and that was another example of his substitutions, with Pearl Teen coming off the bench and, you know, playing so well as she did when she came on.
Here goes Bobbin, bursting forward, direct and with pace, and will win the first corner of the match. They are competing, the Blue Devils, for a third successive cup final victory. They've won 8 of the last 10 finals they've played in. They've appeared in 9 of the last 10 finals, and they've scored an average of over 3 goals per game in each final they've played. They are undoubtedly the cup queens of Canberra. They know how to win this trophy. And Izzy Highmarsh is over this corner kick, quarter of an hour in, seeking to break the deadlock. Swung in towards McDonough. One at the near post by Coleman.
Yeah, good header away from Lulu Coleman into the right area as well.
McDonough stayed up to help the front line. Highmarsh finds Corrie. Great space for Corrie to have a go. Bounces its way through to Summers as the rain disappears and some brighter skies start coming across. Nice to see a bit of sunshine at some stage today, wouldn't it, Ian?
There's a little bit of a break to our right as we look at it. Sadly, to the left, it's
hopefully that's where it's come from. That we've just had that, haven't we?
Hope, well, I'm no weatherman, but hopefully
neither
that's
a weatherman nor an electrician, apparently.
No, not an electrician. Do we need to get into that?
There'll be some people wondering what I'm talking about.
You find it on the internet, on Canberra Times. Yeah.
I mean, so we've ascertained not a weatherman, not an electrician. That's at least just two jobs we've rubbed off the list over the last couple of years.
I'm sure some people's opinion I'm not a football coach or a commentator
Look,
either.
I didn't want to go there.
Well, I know you didn't, and I thought I'm happy to do so. It's a game of opinions, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely it is. But if you need any weather forecasting or electrical work done, don't ask Ian. Boots with a throw. Palombi brings it down nicely, and that's a good ball too for Barach. McQueenie. McDonough's come across the metre. Canberra Croatia building into the contest. Spoken a lot about Belconnen United. This is Canberra Croatia's 3rd final in 5 seasons. They've won 1 and lost 1. So they're no strangers to this occasion, really. It's, of course, a repeat of last year's final. An early goal from Pearl Teen settled that one at Deakin Stadium. McQueenie's throw, Palombi.
Yeah, I just think that both Tiana Boots and Riley McQueenie have got to almost be told there. It's a set piece, that throw in. Can they throw more central towards Britt Palombi, in towards the box, rather than off the field for a goal kick? You know, just more of a direct straight throw rather than a throw down the line.
Laurel tie forward, won by Barach. Palombi in behind. Flag stays down. Still going, Palombi. Bouncing through. Barach might have got there. Really important interception by Highmarsh. Had that got past Izzy Highmarsh, I think Barach was scoring.
That's brilliant forward defensive play from her, isn't it? Both to head the ball forward in the first place, but then to recover, get up and just go and put that individual high press to stop Belconnen United playing out. She's a tenacious, very, very good player.
Britt Palombi with the set piece for Canberra Croatia, their first of the afternoon. Plenty of targets to hit on the far post. Swung into that area, it was over the head of Burke, who came up from the back, and Bobbin can bring it away, pursued by Thornton. Bobbin got there, but there's a little shove in the back of McKellar Thornton as the sun comes out on cup final day at McKellar Park.
It's brought the wind with it. But Michaela Thornton using all her experience there, just gets that touch across, and then, a little bit of a fall to win the free kick for for her team.
Which Coleman takes in towards McQueenie. Corrie beaten to it. Barach has a pop. Comes off McDonough. Raymond's tentative swing of the right boots. Gets a second go. Barach to lift it into the middle towards Palombi. Well won by Steinacker. And now bobbing up. Everything's been on that left flank so far. Nothing much down this right-hand side. De Campley makes the run. There's a lot of space from Roberts on this near side in. If Martins can pick her out.
She's isolated Tiana Boots 1v1 by the looks of it out that side.
And they'll settle for another corner as a rainbow casts itself across the ground to our right. How nice is that, Ian? Look at that beautiful rainbow.
Lovely, that, isn't it?
Looks like the end of it is right where that corner is going to be taken from Hindmarsh. Can she find the pot of gold?
Oh, my word.
You know I was going with that, didn't you?
Yes, so did the rest of everybody else listening.
Can't beat it. Hindmarsh swings it into that near post. He's going to get a second bite. The kid's obsessed with rainbows.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Have you ever found the end?
Yeah, obviously. That's why I'm here.
Go chasing rainbows.
Hindmarsh to take the corner kick again. Better looking delivery to the near post. McDonough got in there. It bounced off of someone. Bobbins sent it back. And it's nodded goalwards. It might be turned in by Pike. It's turned away. Martins through the crowd. And Summers.
Yeah, well held, Ellie Summers.
Bit of confusion there in the Canberra Croatia defence momentarily.
Well, just a sheer pressure from Belconnen United.
Finished looking at your programme?
I have. I was just checking a couple of things. You asked me to make some notes, so I thought I'd come a bit more prepared today. I got this lovely programme off you.
Did you read it?
Did I read it? I think we established recently on commentary I can't read.
I think so.
I looked at the pictures, though. There's some lovely pictures in there.
Another corner for Belconnen United. They're racking them up in the early stages of the cup final, of which what are we looking halfway through the first half. Hindmarsh yet again from that far side. Plenty of blue shirts. The last one caused huge issues. That one's swinging in again. Summers got a hand on it. Thornton will get rid of it. Martin's patrolling the top of the box. Raymond nicks it off her toe. And we'll get a free kick as well.
Raymond, hasn't she, just to really take the pressure out. I'm not sure about the yellow card, Mark.
For Alex Martins, I'm wondering whether she said something. First yellow card of the cup final. Alex Martins, who scored 4 goals against Madura in the quarter-final. That corner kick routine from Hindmarsh is causing issues. Palombi left-footed, away by Pike.
I mean, if it's an offence, it doesn't matter what minute it is, but we're 20 minutes into the game, and it does look a bit of a soft yellow card.
Here goes Thornton driving through, looking for Palombi, who might get in here. Flag goes up. Barach might turn it home. It won't count. The flag went up a long time ago. The crowd didn't see it. But there was an offside flag against Britt Palombi, which chokes the cheers in the throats of those to our left. And we could see it on the replay. Just about. Very tight, wasn't it?
Just, though.
Yeah, very tight indeed.
Barrett's just covered, supporting under the ball again to put it into the empty net. She's had a brilliant start. But Palombi, so close to being onside. We get the
Obviously, the angle's not great
here.
here, is it? So, the angle's not brilliant from the camera to tell us if she's onside. Over on that far side, Benjamin Cracknell was right in line with it. We'll give him the benefit.
He was, yeah. He certainly was up with play, no doubt.
He'll tell us later on that she was a good couple of metres offside. And those in red will beg to differ.
As do I.
Not that you're wearing red.
I mean, navy, aren't I, today? But, not supporting either side.
Vested interest in players on both teams heading towards your Football Canberra tour to the UK in 2026. Fair few from both these teams involved.
Yeah, there are. We had a meeting the other night and I just looked at the team sat together and, we were there with a few other coaches who were heading over, and we were just saying how strong the team looks and what a great group of players to bring together.
McQueenie, lovely turn, and Berkeley's touch wasn't quite where Palombi wanted it. McDonough was there. Hindmarsh, Carey. Very open field to the final here.
Yeah, Belconnen United had the better of the start, if you like, for the first 5 minutes, but there's no doubt that Canberra Croatia have come into this game in the last 5 to 10 minutes and are really holding their own. And look, only a tiny gap by the looks of it, and they could have been 1-0 up.
Thornton turns away. Burke slides it out towards Boots. McQueenie. Touch was a little heavy. Invited the challenge from Pike. Corrie. DeCampley. Acres of space to turn. Roberts. Good block by Boots.
Well done, Tiana Boots. But if Riley McQueenie can get the ball out onto her left foot on the left-hand side, there's a whole heap of space beyond Bronte Pike. Pike is actually almost pushing McQueenie onto her right foot and knows what's coming in from there. But, yeah, McQueenie needs to get on her outside more.
Here's Palombi. Lovely play to get away from Steinacker. McDonough comes in with a challenge. Falls for Berkeley. Palombi, space out to that left again.
That switches on. That switches on to Raymond again.
Balic is offside once more. Couldn't get it out of her feet, Britt Palombi, could she, to switch it to Raymond? It is June. The transfer window is open. I am told that Canberra Croatia will be making a few signings in the women's space during the transfer window. One of them is around here today. We've seen her. We won't tell anyone because it's not really our place in. But she is here.
That's super exciting for Canberra Croatia. Found out yesterday, and I was like, wow, okay, that's a real statement of intent from them.
Well, they'll make that announcement when they're good and ready. A couple more, apparently, and there's plenty of movement around town. Roberts in the men's and women's game. DeCampley on the turn. Wants to get the shot away. It was always fading away from goal. But yeah, there's plenty of movement around town in the Premier League and the CPL and the Women's National Premier League as well. Keep an eye out from all the social media accounts for all the clubs. We will have a wrap for you once they're all wrapped up and announced. We'll put that on the Capital Football website so you can keep up to date with who's signing for who. Canberra Juventus very busy in the transfer window. Here's McDonough. Not sure there'll be anyone coming in Blue Devils colours except for maybe a couple lower down in the age grades. A lot of ANU women's players looking for clubs as well. Ian, a couple of them signing for other teams in the National Premier League.
Well, of course, there's a whole heap of ANU girls who will be looking for a new club to play for, so they'll be looking to sign for someone in the window. But going back to Belconnen United, the team is so strong throughout the whole squad that Scott Conlon, surely he's only looking to add 1, 2, if any at all.
Well, the reserves won 9-0 last week. They promoted Samantha Shea from their 17s. She got herself a hat-trick. Oh, that's a mistake at the back. And Ellie Summers had to stretch her leg. Comes out for Roberts. Past Boots. And Burke away for a corner.
Yeah, good defending from Burke. I just sometimes question how players across the Canberra Croatia team receive the ball. There seems to be a lot of players receiving the ball inwards into pressure, and as a result, that was nearly a turnover and a chance for Belconnen United.
Eilish McDonough to take the corner kick for the Blue Devils. They've been knocking on the door since minute 1. They've hit the crossbar. Well, they go closer this time. McDonough swings it into the air, won by Pike. And that's a good save from Summers. Grabbed it at the second attempt. But they're getting closer.
She's playing very well, Ellie Summers. That's not the first time she's had to make a very important stop in the first half an hour of the game.
Martins bobbing down the left flank. Space and time to pick across. Can only pick up Berkeley. Clearance was fortunate as it ricocheted. Raymond back for Coleman. So Ian, almost half an hour in, how are you making this 3 at the back for Croatia? Is it working? I mean, it's 0-0, so effectively it is.
Yeah, you can't just consider the 3 that's at the back. You've got to consider what's going on in front of them. And, you know, it's very tight in midfield. It doesn't allow Belconnen United to play much in midfield with how that Muzzy's set his midfield up. So that's where the sort of the duels are being won a little bit for Canberra Croatia at the moment. But when Belconnen United do break that midfield, there is only 3 of them back in there. And Belconnen United can isolate that in wide areas and have done on more than one occasion so far.
Crowd building by the minute. Lots of people in the stands behind us. Carey's header away. Raymond forwards. There is a Player of the Match award at the end of this, Ian. I'm sure you'll get an input as well, so keep that in mind. De Campley spins away and keeps it in. Oh, no, she doesn't. Thought she might for a moment. Canberra Croatia's first Federation Cup finals in 2013. They drew 1-1 with Monero Panthers. Samantha Wood scored the goal. They did lose, though, 2-1 on penalties. Here goes Bobbin.
Great creativity.
And to pull it back for Corrie, who's viewed it wide of goal. What a chance for Annika Corrie coming on it and expected the top corner to bulge.
Yeah, me too. What a move. I think it was Alyssa De Campley who just a little back heel flick round the corner. Brilliant cross or cut back. And, yeah, Corrie just off target there. We expected her to score.
Canberra Croatia's record here at McKellar Park. They haven't won here in their last 3 visits, but they did win the 3 matches immediately prior to that at this venue, which is an unusual record to have. If you want to move that light that's in front of you in, you can, if you like. If it's not, I know you like your poles of Canberra.
It's another. I need to take a picture of it and send it to one of your other co-commentators beforehand. But I've been having a restricted view on many occasions this year.
Shift it back,
Not
mate.
until I've taken a picture of it, mate. There you go.
It was to light up your hairline when we got in the pre-match.
So it doesn't need to light up my red cheeks, mate. But certainly with this wind. That's a bell to that.
It's a great shot, absolutely.
Poles of Canberra.
If you follow Ian on social media, you've got an absolute treat coming your way. Ellie Summers has had a good start to the cup final. Made a couple of really good saves. Distribution on that occasion couldn't find Ellie Raymonds. Well, hopefully that rain has dissipated for the day and these blue skies and the sunshine are out. Corrie has been sharp in the early stages. Nice ball from Martins, and Roberts has nicked goal side here of Boots, who sticks to the task. Roberts happy to let it roll for the corner. Did you get restricted view on your ticket when you came in?
It's cheaper when you ask for it. You've ever been to Goodison Park, Everton's now old stadium?
Look, I've been to plenty of grounds with a restricted view.
Brilliant.
Some of the grounds I wish I had a restricted view.
Watching United this
There
year,
was 85
mate.
minutes. There was 85 minutes of it at Old Trafford this year, wasn't there?
Yeah. Close the curtains if they're in the backyard.
Close the curtains at Bolton. Literally.
You could, yeah.
McDonough with the corner kick into the near post. Had to watch it all the way, did Coleman.
It's not a bad place when you can have a hotel with your bedroom window looking out to the pitch, regardless of how the team are playing. It's a pretty spectacular place to stay.
McDonough again. That might have come off of Boots. My apologies. The last corner. That swung into a similar area. Summers got half a hand on it. Comes out to the back for Bobbin. Couldn't force it through the crowd. And goodness knows how many corners we've had for Belconnen United, but it feels like a lot.
I expected Bobbin to score. Then she got herself in a fantastic position off the far post, and it just dropped to her. And I just thought that near post was on.
Highmarsh's turn. From the other side. Pressure mounting in towards Pike, who got there. Comes for Bobbin. Back into the danger zone. And it came off the head of Roberts. And it'll be seen out by Norris. An accumulation of corners for Belconnen United, and every one that comes in is causing problems.
I'm not sure what more Izzy Highmarsh can actually do with the deliveries. They're fantastic, they're on point, and you're just waiting for someone to get a good contact on the ball and it go in the back of the net. And for the amount of corners they have, really, they should be doing better in those central areas.
It's not as if they haven't got players who can't score headers. Bronte Pike's good in the air. Eilish McDonough's good in the air. Carey tried to burst through there.
That's a good first touch from Riley McQueenie to get her out of there, and just unfortunate it just ran away.
Steinecker, Roberts.
Much better. That's better.
Boots wins it back. Looks for the run of Palombi. McDonough's on the floor. Does exceptionally well. Riley McQueenie battles away.
Yeah, fabulous play from Canberra Croatia just to get those forward passes in. Brilliant movement from Palombi up the front. There's that high line, though.
Yeah, Pike's ball. Roberts has broken the offside trap here. 2 to aim for in the middle. One of them's Kira Bobbin. Great first touch. Snuffed out by Summers. Norris away with the help of Raymond. Ellie Summers once again, top class.
Absolutely class from Ellie Summers. You could say she's kept her team in it on more than one occasion with her saves so far in the game.
Once again, the high line breached. Roberts with the first time ball across, and Bobbin's touch was perhaps a little heavy. Looking at the replay, actually, it was decent enough. It was just very good goalkeeping.
It's just brave goalkeeping from Ellie Summers. I thought Bobbin's first touch was all right because she's quick and she can get onto those. Great delivery.
Well, this is better than a corner for Highmarsh over there. Free kick time for the Blue Devils. 3 in the wall.
She could score from here. I know it's really out wide, but she has the capability to whip this one round.
Does whip it in towards that near post, and, well, you put the curse on it.
Well, that was shocking, wasn't it, really? That was rubbish for the quality that she possesses.
Having struck over 5 or 6 top-class corners.
What an opportunity for her. She wouldn't need telling how disappointed that is, though, that's for sure.
I should be more disappointed than anybody. They have had a better of it, the Blue Devils. There is a threat in this Canberra Croatia outfit. They've not conceded a cup goal this season. Those in red, clean sheets against Tuggeranong United in a 3-0 win. 0-0 against West Canberra Wanderers, the penalty shootout victory at Deakin Stadium. Barach. Palombi on the unfavoured right foot.
Isabella Barach is asking for a free kick here, and actually the one further up as well. I think she's right. I think as Barach has pushed the ball into a wide area, it's a late tackle, more clumsy than dirty, but yeah, it was a late tackle.
They're going to have to settle for a throw, which Eliza Jane Norris will take. McDonough will clear. Burke's got plenty of time to watch it out of play. Truncated start to life as a Canberra Croatia player, Hannah Burke. Only 3 matches in the NPL this season, 2 starts and 1 off the bench. Bobbin. Steinacker. Bronte Pike. Roberts. Time to turn. Pike. Can she slide it through? Well, Burke threw herself at it because I thought she knows how desperate that situation was. Roberts. Here's Martins looking to break that high line again. Boots away. It's a bold tactic, isn't it, to play so high when you've got some real pace in that front third.
Yeah, it's a risk. It really is a risk. It's about pushing your back three into midfield to make the midfield tighter, to stop Belconnen United playing through there. That's been effective. The midfield has been effective. They've got numbers in there. They've got quality in there. But like I said before, as soon as Belconnen United can breach that midfield, then there's huge space in behind for Belconnen to run into.
I'm going to give a shout out here, Ian, to all four teams who were really open with their final selection with me prior to the final. De Campley goes through, giving it to me well in advance so that we could prep, which is always nice, isn't it?
Yeah, very fortunate that teams are, or coaches are open and honest to trust as well in that. That's great.
And when I got here this morning, it was a quick answer of, did you change anything from when we spoke? And I was like, nope, as we were, which is great. Might be as we were if you look to our right as those grey clouds start looming. Hopefully they don't join us and they skirt McKellar Park. Bobbin down that left flank again. Space to manoeuvre. Didn't make the most of it. Norris stood up strong.
Bobbin's just staying nice and high. You know, EJ Norris is having to get up and attack and then work really hard to recover, as well as, you know, Lulu Coleman helping her out by getting across to cover Bobbin when she can in there as well. But it's a big ask for EJ Norris as a wing-back.
Ellie Raymond, great turn. Balach, now McQueenie's off and running. Goes short for Berkeley. Palombi tried to help it round the corner, but McDonough read the situation.
I don't understand why she's not come out wide to the left. Riley McQueenie's by herself out here.
Raymond handball. Well, there's a couple of times that the decision maybe hasn't gone the right way in. When she was on this side and she came right, you wanted to go left. And this time, the space was this side and tried to turn it the other way.
Apart from the front three, Belconnen seem very narrow, and it's leaving a lot of space in wide areas on both sides for Raymond and McQueenie. And just if they can start to switch the ball wider earlier, they'll cause problems, Canberra Croatia.
Marsh with another set piece. McQueenie was back there. Half-hearted shout for handball from some fans. Definitely not.
Came off a side, I think.
Marsh brings it down for Pike. Roberts. Run for Corrie. Keeps it in play well. Burke's committed herself to that challenge and makes it.
Solid again from Burke.
Doesn't mind a slide tackle, does she?
No. Love it. Proper defender.
Corrie, that's nice. De Campley, Roberts in, Norris away. Marsh has a pop at goal, and it's dipping as well. And Summers was behind it, needed to be.
Fabulous early strike from Izzy Highmarsh, wasn't it? Showing her capabilities a little bit higher up the pitch. She's certainly got that in her locker.
Credit for Summers as well.
Summers again, yeah, good stop.
Recognised the situation and dropped just before the ball was struck in. Otherwise, might have been caught in no man's land. Continues to be that the Blue Devils seem more likely at the moment. But how often have we watched cup ties where the side that's had the possession, the territory and the chances, well, haven't taken the lead? But here's Roberts looking to change all of that and stabbing through and stabbing wide. Got past the defender. Did it take a nick? It might have. Alina Roberts, who this season has scored 3 times in the league and twice in the cup, was inches away from opening the scoring.
She's a good player, Roberts, isn't she? I enjoy watching her. So lively, so good going forward, tricky, and unfortunate not to get a shot away then, or to get the goal.
5 games this season in all competitions. Sorry, it's 8 games, all competitions, 5 goals. She's the least prolific of the front 3. It's got 5 in 8. It's not a bad return, is it?
Not at all, no. Young player with a huge amount of potential.
McDonough to take. Whips it to that near post. Summers did well again. I'm not sure Tiana Boots jumping in front of her helped so much. Might have got a call off the goalkeeper.
Just needs to slow down a little bit with a kick in. get a team in the areas that they want to, otherwise it'll just come back. But certainly a handling and a shot stopping so far has been excellent.
Scott Conlon's team have had the better of the chances. Laura Tighe's had to field a long-range Brit Palombi efforts. But in the main, most of the action's been to the goal to our right as we watch it on your screens. How's it going with the scoreboard over there now, Ian? Can you see it with the sun on it?
What scoreboard?
Exactly. Minute to half-time. Be a glorious time to take the lead, but the flag's up again against Palombi.
Oh, he doesn't like her over that side, does he? Palombi's looking around going, how am I offside there? She's certainly working hard across the front, though.
It's a fluent front three, isn't it? They're able to switch, mix and match as they need.
Yeah, it's McQueenie up there this time. Palombi on the left.
Just about keeps it in, and McQueenie will stretch her legs for it all. Laurel Tighe. Goodness me. Got away with one there. Just teasing, she'll tell you.
Yeah, she just wants a bit more involvement. And she could say that, you know, she got her body behind the ball and didn't go through her legs. It's good goalkeeping.
Well, it's not in the goal, is it? So that's okay. It's not in the back of the net. You've done all right. Jimmy John is the fourth official in front of us, and he's going to be holding aloft the magic board in a moment to tell us how many minutes we can expect added on at the end of the first 45.
Ooh,
and it looks
false
like
start.
Well, it was either 1 or 10. I think there you go. It's 1. One job he's got.
He's had 45 minutes to get that right.
You can't, it's a bit harsh, isn't it? So 1 minute to play. Josh Isaac's going over to help him. There's a little conflab on how to use the fourth officials board. Now there we go. There we go.
Bit of referee education going on. Well done, Josh.
On the spot. Is he going to show us it again?
Give up. Just tell us 1. Just say 1. Yeah, it's gone.
The rain's got to it, maybe.
Yeah, it's got to him.
Tiana Boots with the throw. Nothing in this cup final at the moment, despite the predominance of Blue Devils' pressure. McQueenie battling with Corrie. Free kick goes the way of the Blue Devils.
Do you rate a fourth official after a game like you do the referees? Wonder what score.
Bobbing to chase. Summers has elected to go and meet it. Did well, Raymond. And that'll do for the first half of the Federation Cup final. Ian Worthington, a first half in which the predominance of play was from left to right. The predominance of chances were those in blue. The opportunities were, well, few and far between in terms of clear cut, but Belconnen have hit the bar. Ellie Summers has made a couple of good saves, and they've been knocking on the door, and yet at half-time there's nothing in it.
Probably Belconnen just shading it, you know, just purely because of the chances they've created but not converted. But make no mistake, Canberra Croatia are nowhere near out of this game, and certainly have got chances and goals in them themselves.
Well, at half-time in the Federation Cup final, there's nothing between them. Belconnen United seeking a three-peat. Canberra Croatia seeking a third win in 6 years. At half-time at McKellar Park, well, toss a coin and take your pick. The Blue Devils have had the better of it, but the scoreboard stays blank. It's Belconnen United 0, Canberra Croatia 0. Welcome back to McKellar Park for the second half of the Federation Cup final. Canberra Croatia and Belconnen United all square at 0-0 at the break. Chances, most of them, came from those in blue in the first half. Kira Bobbin hit the crossbar. Ellie Summers was forced to make a couple of good saves as well. Canberra Croatia, for their parts, well, Britt Palombi tested Matilde Laurel Ty, and they've been a threat periodically on the break. My name's Russ Gibbs. Ian Worthington will be joining me once he returns from the canteen, just getting us a hot drink. But the queue is a little bit longer than anticipated. No changes, it doesn't look like, from either side at the interval. Canberra Croatia unbeaten in their last 6 matches. They've only lost once in 9 games. That was a 4-3 loss to Belconnen. The Blue Devils undefeated in each of their last 7 games played against Croatia in all competitions. They've only conceded 9 goals this season in 11 games. And the Blue Devils have not scored less than 3 goals in any match they've played in 2025. Ian's back without the coffees at the moment. Queue's a bit long, is it, Ian?
Yeah, it is. Riley Ewing's making them for us, but I think she's got a few on her hands. So, yes,
we'll get them
eventually.
The good news is, and in confirmation at half-time, that we have to pick player of the match, me and you. So that'll be fun for whoever wins that.
Well, we'll get blamed whoever we pick.
So, I mean, if you'd like to let us know who you think might be in with a shout for player of the match from the viewers at home, we're happy to take some nominations.
Absolutely.
There's been a few contenders out there from both sides so far. Ellie Summers has been excellent in goal for Croatia. Hannah Burke's been superb at the back. Annika Corrie's been 100% bustling in midfield. Isabella Highmarsh has been spraying the passes around. There's been plenty of nominations. Which one of them perhaps will stand up in the second half and make themselves a Federation Cup final hero? Well, we will find out within 45 minutes, plus a bit of extra time. Age-old question, though, Ian, as the crowd builds up, and I've seen a couple of players from Canberra Croatia in the house, and a couple of players from Queanbeyan City floating around as well, supporters building up. Age-old question is, at half-time, Ian, which one of these two coaches is the more pleased at the moment? I don't expect you to know the actual answer because...
No, because I didn't see either of them at
half-time. Subjective opinion, but in your opinion, I should...
I don't think Scott Conlon will be overly happy because I think his team should have converted the chances that came their way. I think Muzzy would be fairly happy with his midfield shape and how they... and just generally how the team are playing. They're solid, Canberra Croatia. Yeah, there's a few balls that have gone in behind. There's a few chances Belconnen have had. But this game can certainly go either way.
11 and a half games of the season, 67 goals. They'd like one of those 67 right now, wouldn't they? Those in blue. Everywhere you look around the pitch, though, there's some players jumping up and down to keep themselves warm. It is a bit bitter today. Temperature, despite the sun being out, which is probably a bit of a welcome warmth on the back, it is cold. Carey eschewed the chance to swing it in left-footed. Nice to see the sun out there and that rainbow cast across the grounds.
Still there. It's moved ever so slightly, but generally it's a bit of a break, a bit more blue sky, but still pretty cold. Saw Matt Keisha at half-time, didn't we?
He still hasn't got my scarf.
He's not got your scarf, and he will always tell you he's cold.
He's always cold.
He's always cold.
Got to be honest, quite a few people did tell me that they were cold as well. It is quite cold. How are you going on the camera there, Michael? Are you quite cold? Hey, look at him, he's wrapped up.
He looks all right.
He looks all right.
Looks like he's going to go and rob a bank.
Come off McDonough. Steinacker.
I'm not saying he is, by the way, just in case anyone's concerned. Yeah. He looks like he is.
Well, I hope not, because we've got a cup final to film and record.
Troy Boots is here.
Troy Boots.
From Boots and Gloves Academy.
Large
Give him
cappuccino.
a bit of a plug because he's bringing our coffees.
Well, he's got yours.
Well, that's why I'm giving him a plug. You can give him a plug when he comes with yours.
Is he taking Robin her tea, though? That's the most important thing.
I hope he is taking my wife her tea, otherwise I'm in big trouble.
Steinacker. Well, wanted Laurel Ty to come and get it, and Laurel Ty didn't want to come and get it, which is interesting. We'll talk about the benches in just a moment. Palombi thumped away by Highmarsh. One for Roberts to chase. The ball will beat her out.
Troy Boots is bringing your coffee, so you can give him a plug.
Boots and Gloves Goalkeeping Academy. They are the best servers of balls and coffees around. Amy Bongiorno, Arusha Chu, Angelina Babic, Sofia Mikurios, Nadia Zachman, and Megan Snell, the goalkeeper for Croatia. Belconnen, Pearl Teen, Steffi Legends, Lauren Preston, Liliana Ultimore, Madison Sawkins on their bench. Here goes Bobbin, stretching the legs into the area. Good chance for Bobbin. It ricochets out for here for Tecampley, and the touch was a bit short. Needed to hit it first time, perhaps.
No perhaps about it. It was a brilliant run by Bobbin down the left-hand side. Great cut in, good pass across, and Alyssa Tecampley must hit that first time.
Not short substitutes on the bench, are they, in terms of goals? Liliana Ultimore, 1+7 in the league in terms of appearances, 6 goals, 1 cup goal to her name. Pearl Teen, who scored in the last 3 cup finals. Surely she couldn't come on and make it 4 goals in 4 cup finals in.
She quite possibly could.
Might be the game changer. We will see.
You know what? I don't think Troy Boots has taken my wife her tea.
Do you need to go and sort it out?
It's going to kick off in the stand.
We talked about the respect campaign. Off goes Bobbin again. Great tackle.
There'll be no respect if she doesn't get a tea. None at all.
I mean, I'll be complicit because I asked her what she wanted. Lisa Kay with the throw. Ian's got a bit of an audio issue. What's the problem, Ian? You can't hear me, or you can't hear yourself?
I can't hear myself, really. It's just a bit fuzzy, you know.
Can't hear yourself?
It's great for the audience. They can't hear me.
Try to turn you up a little bit and twist you around a bit. Is that better?
No doubt they'll get loads of messages through. If it doesn't... Ooh, gone.
Try again.
Yeah, that's a little bit better, thank you. Yeah.
If in doubt, unplug it, plug it back in. Ellie Summers away then, only as far as Corrie. Berkeley for Palombi. McDonough robbed Brittany Palombi, and Corrie has found Roberts. Good defensive work by Coleman. Everyone in the red shirt was behind the ball when Izzy Highmarsh volleyed that back, and as you can see, there's no one to put the pressure on McDonough. Lisa Carey fizzed it in at the feet of Bobbin. Norris will take the throw. How's your Riley Ewan coffee? It's not too bad. Ella Brown made me a coffee at Canberra Olympic the other week, and it was very good indeed. Canberra Olympic striker.
Yeah, the Ella Ewan coffee is keeping me warm. Very nice, thank you.
Had a really nice breakfast yesterday at Red Baron Cafe, owned by Daniel Roberts, who we'll see in action for Queanbeyan City. Great coffee there as well.
I'm sure.
If you're in the Simonstone area.
I saw the pictures. Very good.
Very nice indeed.
Look forward to seeing him play later. A big occasion for him.
But forwards at the moment, this one might be going the distance. Kerry on the turn. Skips its way forward. Coleman happy to tidy up for Summers. Not sure she really appreciated the return pass from Summers, who's just about got away with it. Martins. Balach turns. Palombi. And now one for Thornton, but it's come off her heels. McQueenie might take over. It's fallen for Balach. Norris. Berkeley. I'm wondering, for the first time this season, that is the first half of football in that Belconnen United have played in this year. 10 games of football, or 11 games of football, including the Charity Shield, scored in every half they've played in, except that one.
They had plenty of chances to do so, of course.
Roberts.
And they may again. Good defending by Norris.
But what a time for them to stop scoring on Cup Final day. Lots of time to go, though. High Marsh over the top. It will skip through on this surface to Summers. Raymond. High Marsh. A lot of qualities, Izzy High Marsh, going forward as well, but sits in that little role as a 6, Ian. Sprays the ball around. Gets her passes off as well.
I just think there's opportunities, even now if you look at a position on the pitch where she receives the ball there and drives forward, there's a lot of space for her to go in, and I know full well how well she can hit a ball, and should maybe score more than she actually does.
Here is High Marsh. I could tell you in her league record, she's got 10 goals in 73 games in the league. Flicked on. Flag might go up here, it will, against Martins. Which isn't a bad record, is it, for a midfield player? But it's not prolific.
Just looking down to our left. Arusha Chu having a chat with coach. Looks like she's been given some instructions that she might be coming onto the field soon.
Strong front running forwards. Also with a bandage around the upper thigh. Same as Corrie, same as Pike.
Yeah, she's been having a thigh issue for a few weeks that she's tried getting sorted, which is why she's having more of a bit part than starting the game today.
Could be a game changer for Canberra Croatia. Roberts. Boots. Does well to find Thornton, who in turn finds Palombi. Belconnen to break. Roberts and DeCampley. Tried to sweep her foot around it to find Kira Bobbin. Tiana Boots was there defensively. McQueenie's turned herself. Did you get your tea sorted?
No.
You didn't? Oh, that's a disaster.
I had to send a couple of messages out and get it sorted.
Oh, well, looks like you're on my couch tonight.
There's no football on either. It's all right being on the couch when there's a game on through the night.
Well, Club Championship starts next weekend. I'm sure you're looking forward to that.
What is that?
I don't know. Apparently every game's live on Fox, though.
Okay.
Which is great. So you can watch Urara Reds versus Pachuca.
Yeah. Watch a load of blokes who wish they were on holiday in the off-season running around.
There is football on tonight. Tomorrow morning, 2 a.m, England versus Andorra.
In Andorra?
Yeah, in Barcelona, I believe.
Yeah,
in a World Cup qualifier. Socceroos went one step closer. Only a 5-0 defeat, or 5-goal margin of defeat in Saudi Arabia will stop them qualifying for the World Cup through this stage. And of course, we watched the Matildas on Monday with a 4-1 win over Argentina.
Yeah, it's a very good event now. Enjoyed that evening.
Only the 25,000 at GIO, which was fantastic. Arusha Chu is getting ready, who will be withdrawn. You'd think perhaps might be Ellie Raymond. If they're going like for forwards, we will see. Defensive work to be done in the first instance. Eilish McDonough with the corner for the Blue Devils. Sweeping in swinger. Summers came, got a one hand on it. Shouts for handball and a penalty awarded. Belconnen United given the chance from the spot to break the deadlock.
Well, we'll have to watch this again, Russ. I don't know who that's hit. It looks very innocuous. It's come from the corner, delivered.
Alyssa DeCampley is going to line it up.
It's hit Michaela Thornton's right arm, and I don't think she's really much she could do about it.
Well, it's been given, and DeCampley for Belconnen United, 13 minutes into the second half. DeCampley to go. Last year's Golden Boot winner up against Ellie Summers for the Blue Devils. It's DeCampley, and Summers saves it. It wasn't struck with any conviction, but Summers guessed right. And is it Canberra Croatia's day?
Well, it was. She's gone the right way, Ellie Summers, and yet again a fine save from her. And I've certainly seen Alyssa DeCampley hit better balls than that from the penalty spot and from open play. And now it's Arusha Chu's chance to come and shine as she enters the field. Looks like it could be Riley McQueenie who's coming off to be replaced by Arusha.
Chu for McQueenie. So cold my pen stopped working. But what a moment for Ellie Summers to keep out that penalty from DeCampley. Super save. Frank's pointed out that my notes were incorrect. They are right, Frank. It was the one game I wasn't thinking of, but they haven't scored in a half. Was the semi-final, not the earlier game I mentioned. Was the semi-final against Canberra Olympic, of course. Corrie has a pop. It was dipping. But yeah, they tend to score, but they haven't scored, and they've passed up a gilt-edged opportunity. And on these occasions, Ian, when things like that happen, you start to wonder, don't you?
You start to think, is it your day? Of course, still got a long time to go, and still it's in the balance, the game, but it'll give Canberra Croatia a bit of confidence that they can push on from here.
Thanks, Frank, for reminding me of that semi-final, that it was 1-0 at half-time to Olympic. It became 2-0 in the second half. Maddie Whittle with both goals. Here goes Norris for Canberra Croatia. It's a firm challenge.
I can't believe you've been outstatted.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what game it was. My notes didn't actually say it. I had them last week. I couldn't remember off the top of my head. Frank was there. He remembers. Unfortunately for him, he also remembers the final scoreline.
Yeah, let's not dwell on that too much for him. But, yeah, you could ask Matt Case, who's just to our left over there. You can see. I went for him. Was he on the bench that day? Was he back, or was he still away?
I think he was a bit cold.
He's definitely cold.
Heimmarsh plays it forward. And the free-scoring Blue Devils have run up against the red wall today. Haven't found a way through yet. So Brittany Palombi's gone out to that left side, which was where Riley McQueenie was, and Arisha Chu has taken up the centre forwards role.
Yeah, and Ellie Raymond on the right. It's a natural fit, isn't it, when you look up there? Great pass between the lines from Lulu Coleman.
Down the years, that's where Brittany Palombi's done her most dangerous work as well, from that left flank.
And we know that Ellie Raymond likes it out here on the right, and Arusha, of course, is that number 9 predominantly.
Ellie Raymond scored goals for Canberra United at this venue back in the day. 2012, I think it was. 2012-13 season. Maybe in a year before or two. Have memories or vague ones of Ellie Raymond scoring in that goal that she's attacking, wearing the green of Canberra United. EJ Norris. Laurel Ties barely had a touch in this second half. The most telling one has come from Ellie Summers, saving Alyssa DeCampley's penalty. Do you feel that there was a sense of justice around that? Do you think it was a penalty, Ian?
It was unfortunate. It's hit her arm, hasn't it? But I don't think she knows much about it. And I don't know whether it's justice or not, but it was very unfortunate that it hit her arm. And
here goes Barac. It's come off Steinacker. Second bite gets it away from Chu. Thornton beaten to it by Corrie. Berkeley. Palombi. Battling away with Bronte Pike. Comes out for Thornton. Charged down McDonough. And now wants to send Bobbin away. And Kira Bobbin's quick across the ground. And gets there. and tried the lob. I think he tried to get it off the ground.
Yeah, I think she's tried to go over the top of Ellie Summers, who was nice start position but a little bit high. And just before Lulu Coleman gets across with the pace that Bobbin's got, I'm surprised she didn't carry on running with that.
Martins might get another bite of it
this time.
Summers is going to get there first. Well, the cup final, very much in the balance. 19 minutes of the second half gone. Barac. Berkeley. Steinacker away. Martins to turn. Thornton wins it. Pike, who had a battle with Riley McQueen, he's now got a battle with Brittany Palombi. Boots with the throw. Cup finals are usually tight and tense affairs. This one looks to be no difference. Now, the pace of Roberts. That's a wonderful challenge again from Burke. Thought Roberts had it for pace momentarily, but brilliant from the central defender.
Yeah, yet again, we saw a lot of that in the first half, those solid centre-back challenges, and yeah, just seen it there again.
To Campley. Steinacker. Corrie and Barac in the middle of the park, and free kick goes the way of Canberra Croatia. You know Alistair Campley reasonably well. Ian, will that be bothering her, that penalty miss? Will she be able to play, kind of player that can put that out of her mind?
A little while ago, a couple of years ago, yeah, she'd dwell on it, but she's come on so far since then. You know, she's got a huge future ahead of her, and yeah, it would concern her because she never likes to miss. You know, she's so perfect in everything that she wants to do, but she's also, you know, come of age in the last couple of years where she'll be looking to go and get on the score sheet to make up for it now.
Not the first person to miss a penalty in a cup final. Marmouche missed one for Manchester City in the FA Cup final this year, didn't he? Saved by Dean Henderson.
I don't know.
For Crystal Palace. Come on, mate, honestly.
Mamouche. Can you do
Can you do the fandango?
Is that where he took it off Haaland, or Haaland gave it to him or something?
Haaland refused to take it.
Yeah.
So the reports go. Pike. Well, the bounce has done. Here's Corrie, and it might come for Kira Bobbin. It does, and that's another wonderful tackle. This time, E.J. Norris with the block.
Yeah, fabulous challenge, E.J. Norris. Timing to perfection. That time, Bobbin did get beyond and was just shot going towards target. And, yeah, Norris with a great sliding tackle.
We played 66 minutes or so. I don't think Mathilde Laurel-Tai has touched the football in this half. Might be wrong. Here come the changes for Belconnen United. Liliana Altamore and Pearl Teen are the two. And I didn't see the number that came up for Altamore, but I think it might have been DeCampley. And Pearl Teen comes on for Alex Martins. Is that DeCampley coming off behind the goal? It is, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah, she's just gone off on that far side. Well, behind the goal, just down there, like you say.
Altamore has scored 7 goals in all competitions this season. Pearl Teen has scored in each of the last 3 cup finals. Can either of these two make the breakthrough? Heimarsh with the corner kick. Again, it's a good one towards the far post. McDonough climbs. Didn't get enough on it. Bobbins tried to keep it in. Liliana Altamore, a young striker. As I mentioned, been amongst the goals. Tends to find the net when she comes on. Pike wins the corner kick.
yet another. They'll be looking to transfer one of these corners into goal sooner rather than later. They've certainly had enough of them.
Well, I've been keeping count, but I think this is 705 corners.
At least 12.
There's been so many. McDonough with the latest. You would think weight of numbers would suggest that at some stage they will break through with one of these. Summers again gets a hand on it. Corrie whips it back in, and they do break through! And it's Annika Corrie from a mile out! And the midfielder gives the Blue Devils the advantage with a strike of some quality.
Well, it was a goal on the second phase of a corner. They dealt with it in the first instance. It came out. Annika Corrie puts herself in a brilliant position on the pitch, and what a sweet strike into that top corner. She's been having a magnificent game, and then that's almost rounded it off with a brilliant strike. 1-0.
The power, the pace and the accuracy did for Summers. And as if on cue, it was one corner too many as far as Canberra Croatia were concerned. And Annika Corrie makes the breakthrough. Bobbin finds Roberts. Sends Altamore a bit wide. Belconnen score. They always score. Goal after goal after goal. 68 of them now in 12 games. None perhaps more important than that one. And that's with the right boot in, which has got the tight hammy apparently.
It was almost like a side swipe, wasn't it? As it's come out, it's come, high in the air, and she's just connected with it so sweetly, and that's what's caused the curl to go away from goal.
And once it left the boot, it was always arcing beyond Ellie Summers. And Canberra Croatia have hardly been conservative in their outlook, but now they need to really push. Pike, Teen, blocked by Thornton, Palombi, Chew ahead. Loves these positions, but that's a cracking tackle from McDonough as well.
Yeah, she gets to the ball, takes everything with her.
What a moment for Corrie, the new signing this season. 7th goal in all competitions for the midfielder. And it sets up a lively last 20 minutes as Canberra Croatia will go looking. Amy Bongiorno is a striker on the bench. Angelina Babic is also another forward option that they might consider to give themselves a route back into the contest. Palombi wins the corner off of Pike. A set piece did for Croatia at one end. Will it be their saviour at the other? Palombi with the latest corner kick. This one for those in red. Coleman was a target. Came off of Burke, I think it was, who got furthest forwards. And now Bobbin on the break up against
big break
Norris.
Here, bodies out to the right.
Burke's just a huge pullback, shirt pull on Pearl Teen. That probably a yellow card if the referee's not seen it. I don't think they have. Pearl Teen was trying to break through. Hannah Burke just pulled the shirt almost off her back.
And whilst Bobbin's looking to pass, she actually lets the ball run out of play in front of the Canberra Croatia bench.
I think that was on the blind side of the referee from the centre-back.
Good again from Norris, just to step in and win that ball.
I don't know if the camera caught that shirt pull, but it wasn't subtle. Bobbin for Roberts, and she'll keep this in, Alina Roberts. Altamore on the far post. Corrie. Roberts offside.
Yeah, sadly so.
That's a technical foul, I think you call that from the shirt pull, do you think, Ian?
Well, you get away with it if nobody sees it, but stops the stops the run from her moving forward. Sign of experience as well from a player who's had a very good game so far.
Yeah, very clever. Chu. Richard Chu, as she does, rolls the sleeves right up. She'd have loved that Cameroon kit. Remember that one? Sleeveless one?
98 World Cup, or maybe?
A bit later than that, maybe, I think, just slightly. EJ Norris as Croatia seek an equaliser. Corrie's goal, the difference. Finds Roberts on her own at the moment. All the runners are to the right. You can see what was in her mind.
And I think the information from Scott Cullen is to just get the ball into those wide areas. If you look at the three at the back again for Canberra Croatia, those gaps are appearing, and the more that Canberra Croatia are going to have to go for it, the more those gaps will appear.
Steinacker been solid. Teen helps it out wide. Bronte Pike to lift it forward. Bobbins ridden the one challenge, goes down under the challenge. Shouts for a penalty, waved away. Well, that'll be interesting to watch again. What was your thoughts initially before we see the replay?
Well, it's the wrong side of the ball, but it doesn't mean to say that she didn't get the ball. Game's going on here.
Summers will easily get that. Clumsy.
The Canberra Croatia player's gone to ground first, almost fallen over, and in turn then ended up going into the Belconnen player.
So therefore,
Annika Corrie's absolutely everywhere in this midfield, isn't she?
going back to the final point of that, Ian, so therefore, penalty or no penalty?
No penalty.
Seen him given, not seen him given. Yeah, Corrie's been everywhere today. A few people asking at half-time, not normal watchers of the women's game, who the number 8 for Belconnen was, with the quality that she's been putting in. Just had a message from someone saying that's more than the penalty than one that was given. Roberts over the top. Bobbin might get in. The bounce didn't favour her. There you go, Ian.
There you go.
A game of opinions. You've said it yourself. Lisa Kay with the throw. Comes off Bobbin's shins. Norris can stab it away. Reminder that 3:30 for the men's Hahn Australia Cup qualifying final. Queen City v Canberra Croatia. Myself and Steve Forshaw will be on from 3:15. Building up for that one. This one at the moment, with quarter of an hour to go, going the way of Belconnen United. Bobbin, lovely turn to get away. Couldn't quite pick out the pass. Well done by Bronte Pike. Well done by Tiana Boots at the back too. Highmarsh goes for goal from a mile out. And a really good save from Ellie Summers. It was dipping on an Izzy Highmarsh. Well, you were joking with her, saying that she's not allowed to shoot. And she's had two today that have nearly caught the goalkeeper out from a distance.
There might be a little confession coming soon. I might have had a chat with her about shooting more. And, yeah, I mean, there's shooting from miles away. But it's a lovely connection, and Ellie Summers did see it, eventually tips it over the path.
If it's that accurate, though, does it matter where it's from?
No, not with her technique, no.
She's seen Annika Corrie have a pop. And had a go herself. McDonough, the last corner that they had from this side, brought the goal. Will it be a case of deja vu? Not with a delivery like that. Boots away, but there's noticeably no red shirt to hit.
Yeah, I think when Tiana Boots is in that amount of space there, she needs to get her head up and just try and hit Arusha Chu rather than just slide it down the line out of play. Bit more time than she thought there.
Corrie. Bobbin. Helps it on to Teen, who returns it to Bobbin. Kira Bobbin for two. Wonderful save, Summers. Excellent again from Ellie Summers. Otherwise, Belconnen might have been out of sight.
Again, great save. Again, keeps the team in the game. again rushes a throw out and just puts the team back under pressure again.
And it results in a Belconnen throw, but a great stop once more from Ellie Summers. Kira Bobby must have thought it was 2.
Should have been 2, but like I say, magnificent save, Ellie Summers.
She saved a penalty. She's tipped a couple over the bar. She's denied Kira Bobbin twice from close range. Ellie Summers has had a good cup final. Carey. Corrie. Highmarsh. Shooting range again. Izzy Highmarsh strikes one again and hits the top of the crossbar. The frame of the goal rattled from range from Izzy Highmarsh. She's getting closer.
I have little to say, really, apart from she's very unfortunate, but God, she hits a ball well, doesn't she?
Sophia Mercurius, experienced player from Canberra, Croatia, about to make her entrance into the cup final. Be interesting to see where she goes. Meanwhile, Blue Devils on the attack again. Bobbin, Carey, Corrie, Teen, bit of space for her. Altamore comes back for an effort and off to the crossbar. I think it was Roberts who had to go.
That was Roberts that time. What a great strike that was. It came like round her body and she just whipped it back across the other side.
Not sure whether Summers actually got a hand on it. Alina Roberts' effort. We'll check it out in a minute. Raymond's with Bobbin. Oh, it's well over the heads of Summers. But the woodwork again to the rescue. I think that's the 4th time they've hit the crossbar today. Roberts. Teen.
Great play from Pearl Teen. Really good composure. Fantastic first touch.
Here comes the change. Mercurius is coming on for Tiana Boots. It's a defensive change. What a day for my pen to run out. I don't know if it's run out, but it's just too cold to write with it.
I'm not sure whether this is an actual tactical change, because I can see players moving all over the pitch at the moment.
Well, Luella Coleman's gone to the left-hand side of what was the 3 where Boots was, where Mercurius has come in to the right of that 3. Here she is.
Raymond is she right over the other side onto the left?
And Palumbi's back down the middle alongside Chu. Maybe it's 2 up top. Or 4. Norris has come to this near side. Not sure what's happened here.
Norris is really high now. Not saying that she hasn't been throughout the game, but she's along that 4 at the moment.
It's the proverbial kitchen sink time, isn't it? Lauren Preston for Belconnen United is about to join us as well. Barach.
I wonder with that change whether the coaching team at Belconnen have seen it with numbers high and just need to put another number in defence, really, and maybe Lauren could go to left back or...
That's where Lisa Carey was.
A holding midfield player, which Lauren Preston's also very capable of playing in, just to get another number in midfield.
Lisa Carey trying to play it forwards. Lauren Preston, the club captain. Used to the big occasion herself. Scott Cullen passing on some words to Lisa Carey, which suggests that she's not the one coming. We're waiting for the change. I think we're waiting for the throw first. I'm curious. Sends it back. 8 minutes to play. The wind picks up around McKellar Park. Mercurius clips one forward, but it's helped back by Steinacker. Comes off Thornton. Barach. Raymonds. Barach.
Great combination play.
McDonough
She
again.
just has to hold the ball up there when it comes in.
Here goes Roberts. Altamore. It's asking a lot. Summers stabs it away. Here's the change. Talina Roberts for Lauren Preston.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Just take an attacking player out, more defensive player in. Just cements that defensive structure that Scott Conlon will want to see this game out. She's been exceptional. Roberts
works really hard along that front three. It's a warm round of applause from the Blue Devils faithful. Wind is freezing now, Ian. It's all right when it's not hailing around, isn't it? It's quite a nice day. The blue of the sky matching the blue of the shirts of the team that are 6 minutes away from a three-peat in the Federation Cup. Can Canberra Croatia lift themselves for this final half a dozen minutes plus stoppage time? Carey, who's now playing up top, it would appear. Barach, Berkeley. Steinecker steps in. Highmarsh helps it further forward. Carey. Pike. Opportunity to whip this one into the penalty area. Too close to Summers. So Preston's come to left back. Carey's gone centre forward.
Looks like it.
Interesting change.
Well, it's a sensible one in the sense that they brought Lauren Preston to left back.
Bobbin, Berkeley and Norris. Foul by Kira Bobbin. EJ Norris didn't enjoy that. Kira Bobbin apologises. Didn't appear to be a lot in it.
Not for the reaction of both players, no. I mean, it happened right in front of Canberra Croatia's bench, and also I'm not sure whether they needed to go off like that.
It's a miscontrol. Lunged for the ball and just caught her on the back. Might have been a bit of a slip as well.
I think Bobby wondered what was going on for a second with that reaction, to be honest with you. It's like that's all about nothing.
Nadia Zachman is ready to come on as well. Decision goes the way of Croatia. Norris's throw. Preston. And now McDonough. Norris. First time ball in. Steinacker. Got rid of it. Burke. Thornton's touch. Corrie's going to win it back, and then Thornton wins it back from Corrie. Time to start thinking of your player of the match, Ian, if you want to jot it down on your phone and let us know.
I think it's already...
Without telling anybody?
I think it's already done.
We haven't written it down, so you have to tell me.
Oh. I can't read or write. I keep telling you this.
Pick up the programme and find a picture of the person who's
Can I put the number? Just write the... I can do numbers. Just write the number. I didn't write it on.
You got your match programme right there.
I'm not reading my match programme that you kindly passed to me.
Yeah, just write it on that piece of paper there. Right there, mate. Look, there's a big folder in front of you. You could jot it down.
Done it.
You scribbled all over my notes now. Is it right? Well, I just write down. Don't just scribble on my notes.
I wrote a circle. I don't need to write anything. Do you know who it is?
I can't read your writing. Completely ruin these notes. We're going to sell them. We're going to auction them off on eBay now. You ruin them, mate.
Well, that circle's made it even worth even more.
Zachman and Angelina Babic are going to come on.
I didn't circle them. That would be
You
silly.
didn't.
They've not even come on the pitch.
Yeah. Altamore has it for the Blue Devils, who lead via Annika Corrie's goal. And Altamore's won them a corner. Canberra, Croatia. Desperation times for them.
Yeah, no rush here for Belconnen United. Well, I think the information from Muzzy really is just get bodies up front, go direct, get the ball up to them and see what you can win.
Sending on 2 scubs with the words score 1 each, and you win 2-1.
Yeah.
Another corner kick, though, for McDonough to whip into the near post. Summers collects it comfortably. Finds Barach. And that will be a Canberra Croatia ball. Here come the changes.
Yeah, and it'll be run on, run off, won't it? EJ coming off, EJ Norris played extremely well, to be fair. Tenacious, gets up, gets down, and Ellie Raymond off the other side. Both running off, both recognising the importance of not long left.
Babic for Norris. And Zachman on for Raymond. Whichever way you want to put it round. Babic will go over that far side. Zachman comes to this near side.
And surely the message is that you like some McKellar, Thornton, Lulu Coleman, got to get on the ball and hit wide areas as quick as they can.
Well, we've got 60 seconds plus whatever they're going to add on. Burke back for Summers. Let's see if our 4th official has figured out the board.
Is it 10? It looked like 10 before when it was 1.
Canberra Croatia would love it to read 10, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they would indeed.
Belconnen United less so. They might have a little bit of an inquiry if it does say 10. It's usually about 3 or 4, isn't it? What's your guess? 3?
I don't think there's a great deal in it yet. Arusha Chu got a chance here. If she runs, that's it.
McDonough away. Bobbins touch. Spin and run for the hills if she can.
That's fabulous work.
Oh, it's still got it, Bobbin. This is brilliant. Peltine screaming forward on the far side. Ultimo's touch. Corrie sliced at it. 3 is what the 4th official tells us. 3 minutes between the Blue Devils and a 3-peat. 3 is the magic number, apparently.
It is.
Belconnen United, they could be set fair for yet another cup win. 2 cup defeats, I think it is now, in 12 years. It's quite ridiculous, isn't it, in terms of their success in this competition. Here goes Kerry.
Smart play from Kerry, running the clock down.
Caught in 2 minds whether to go for goal or to go for the corner.
Tell you what, they're going to have to go direct here. Just get that next line and play forward from there. Nadia Zachman, she needs to be receiving to play forward, not backwards.
Mercurius looking to send it.
It's a good decision from Mercurius. They've got to be lively at the top.
McDonough caught by Chu. Blue Devils wanted a free kick. Nothing doing, says our match officials.
I don't know what we've stopped. I don't know why we've stopped.
Unless the free kick was given. 4th official wants a word. 4th official assistant on this near side wants a word with our match referee. Maybe something's been said on this near side by the coaching bench. I think it was a free kick, wasn't it? McDonough was caught rather late.
Yeah, but if it was a free kick, it wasn't given. So why have we stopped the game just for 2 officials to talk to each other?
Unless there's something going to be issued here. 4th official's having a chat now as well. Not sure entirely what we're waiting to see here.
I don't think anyone does.
There's going to be a card for someone. Arusha Chu is going to get a yellow after all of that for that late challenge. And the free kick will go the way of Belconnen United, which it probably should have about a minute ago.
It's an odd decision, that, though. You're probably right. It was probably a free kick, but then at the same time, did the game not just go on for a while? And I'm not even sure whether the whistle's been blown yet for the free kick.
You do ask the question whether or not we could have just waited till they'd gone out of play and then gone back and visited it, if we needed to at all at this stage of a cup final. All it's done is waste a few seconds. They'll be added on, of course. Maddie Steinacker. I'm guessing she's not going to go short here, Ian.
Belting it as much as I can to corner flag.
That's exactly where it's gone.
And there's no time left.
General direction. Berkeley forward, comes off of Preston. Barach, one last chance perhaps for Canberra Croatia. Zachman slips on the surface. Altamore would be her first taste of cup glory, the youngster.
Guess who's there again to cut it out? Annika Corey.
High Marsh nicks it off of Barach. Coleman stretches a tired-looking leg and gets there. Here's Angelina Babic. Up against Carey.
There's no time for overplaying at this stage, though. That ball's got to be getting into the box and causing problems for the Belconnen goalkeeper. Instead, it's at the other end.
Bobbin's got away. Kira Bobbin then stumbles at the inopportune moment. She's going to get a throw for her team anyway, and it's at the right end of the park as far as Belconnen are concerned. Time very much ticking away. We've had nearly 4 minutes of time added on, and that will include the stoppages. It's the cup slipping out of the grasp of Canberra Croatia. It looks like it will remain in the Belconnen United trophy cabinets. The ball is exactly where they want it to be. Bronte Pike. Carey to spin and go towards the corner flag again. Coleman across with it. Great play this from Carey to hold it up.
Yeah, fantastic, and that's why she's been put up there, isn't it? She's done it very, very well since being moved into that position.
The Blue Devils edging closer. Corey loses out. Altamore sends it out of play. They've got to go about 80 metres here in next to no time, Canberra Croatia, and do something that they haven't done for the entirety of the second half, and that is trouble Mathilde Laurel-Tai in the Blue Devils' goal. She has been a virtual spectator in the second stanza. There's been a couple of glances at the watch, and still we go into the 6th minute of time added on. It's come off Babic, and they're eking their way towards this success. Pike. Nowhere to go. And Canberra Croatia are just pegged in that corner. They cannot get out. And Belconnen United, well, it's becoming more than a habit. It's becoming perpetual. Yet again, Federation Cup winners. A three-peat for the Blue Devils. Another cup final success for those in sky blue. And Ian Worthington, it's hard to say they don't deserve this one. They have been dominant.
Well, a magnificent display from Ellie Summers, who's kept the score down to 1. Some fantastic saves. Belconnen have hit the bar, hit the post 3 or 4 times. You know, great showing from Canberra Croatia in the first half. But the second half, really, it was about Belconnen United's display, and a fantastic one it was.
Alyssa de Campley could have scored from the penalty spot. Ellie Summers making one of numerous excellent saves from the Canberra Croatia goalkeeper to keep her team in it. But in the end, the goal was worthy of winning a cup final.
An exceptional performance with a brilliant goal from Annika Corey is what wins it for her Belconnen United team. And, yeah, fitting for a cup final that has 2 quality teams with so many excellent players on show.
Thanks very much for your company, Ian. We'll leave you go and warm up. The presentation will take place on the field very shortly. Don't forget, 3:15, you can join myself and Steve Forshaw for build-up towards the Hahn Australia Cup qualifying final between Queanbeyan City and Canberra Croatia. Canberra Croatia's women's team were unable to do the damage today. A goal from Annika Corey was the difference. The strike coming 21 minutes from the full-time whistle. The midfielder lashing home from distance, and it's the goal that wins the cup again for those in blue. It's finished here at McKellar Park. Canberra Croatia 0, Belconnen United 1.
you're welcome to enjoy take a participation in the presentation today. And then a big thank you and congratulations to both Canberra Croatia and Belconnen for taking part this afternoon's match. And also a huge thank you to the match officials for their role today. And I'd now like to call forward the match officials of today's Women's Federation Cup Final, referee Xela Constructions. Assistant referee 1, Cameron Watt. Assistant referee 2, Deakin. And fourth official, Cornwood Young. Thank you, officials. I'd now like to call forward the captain of Canberra Croatia, Brittany Palombi, to say a few words. Big hand for today's runners-up, Canberra Croatia. I'd now like to announce the player of the match, and the player of the match today is Annika Corey of Belconnen United. Annika will be called forward to the United. And a great first goal, well done. I'd now like to call the captain of Belconnen United, Bronson White, come forward, say a few words, and to announce the Well done, Bronte. Stay here, Bronte. Because you've also got to select the trophy. Wait here, Bronte. Wait here. Okay, presenting the trophy to the right to the Belconnen United. The Croatian Cup final, 2025. Belconnen United. Well done, Belconnen United, and congratulations again. Thank you all for your attendance this afternoon for the Women's Federation Cup Final. We hope you can stay and watch the 2025 Australia Cup preliminary round final between Queensland City and Canberra Croatia. We kick off at 3:30 p.m.